Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. It's been a while. Hang on a minute. Yes, I do have notes. Just explaining why I've been a bit vacant for a while. About 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, me and my partner separated. We'd been together for 8 years. Yeah, shit happens. But it's taken almost 2 years to do the refinancing on my house so that I can give her her share of what she put into it. Now that's all good and well. I mean, she's entitled to that. I'm not complaining at all. Yeah, it's not her fault. So yeah, just it's been a little bit of a battle in my head lately because I'm kind of starting all over again with the with everything really, but the finance side of it. Yeah, look, I'm 51 years old, and because I'm starting from scratch, I got to pay this over the term of the loan again, 30 years. I could be 81 years old when this is paid for, unless I pull my finger out and really concentrate on what's going on over the next 30 years. Yeah, I was at the point where I was really battling in my head. I was thinking, what's the point? I mean, what's my purpose now? I'm having to start all over, and you know, there's another issue came into it, which I'm not going to talk about. That's sort of a private issue. It sort of compounded it even more. That's partly my fault, partly someone else's, but yeah, well, you know, it hit me hard, and you know, I've only just realized in the last week or so, you got to find your own purpose in life. You can't rely on other people to give you a purpose. And yeah, I'm still working that out right now, but for the time being, my purpose is my own happiness, and that's the main purpose that you should be focusing on. Everyone. And you know, I got other purposes like building cars, building bikes. That's all part of it. I mean, that's what life is. You gotta get yourself happy, and yeah, I guess that's about it really on that side of it. I don't want to bore you too much with all of that, but yeah, I've just been going for a bit of a battle with my own self-worth, my own purpose, and all of that shit. So anyway, on with it. This is a show, this is a episode to update you on everything you've been missing out on. I'm going to try and make an effort on my videos and bring some more quality to them rather than quantity. So I'm going to start here. I bought myself a new motorcycle. Bit of retail therapy really. I love motorcycles. Might say cars have become my business. Now motorcycles are my hobby. So the main reason I bought this is I'll tell you what it is first. It's a Honda VF 750, 82 horsepower, and 0 to 100 in about 4.2 seconds and a low 12-second quarter mile. It's no slow bike for 1983. They were quite ahead of their time. Right, this is completely cold. Where's the exhaust? Oh, under here. Look, completely cold. Haven't started it since yesterday. No choke. What a beast. Sounds like a twin, but it's not. It's a V4, hence VF750. But yeah, great bike, great bike. Main reason I bought it is so I can take the CX500 off the road and start restoring it as my hobby. And that brings me to a question for you guys down in the comments. Tell me, should I start a second channel just for bikes? I'd planned on starting a channel that was going to be building bikes and taking them for rides to destinations like road trips, and that's all. I think that might be worthy of a separate channel. Tell me what you think. But yeah, gotta pull this off the road very soon and start doing its cafe racer number on it. It's going to be quite an extensive build. It's going to be very nice. Not as far, nowhere near as fast as a VF, but just as fun. Fun in a different way. It's much more throw aroundable because it's so much lighter. Yeah, so VF's got one problem. It's got coil pickups in here. One of them, it's got two coil pickups, one for front, one for back cylinders, and once they warm up, one of them dies, and it cools down, it comes good again. So I've got some coming to fix that. So until that's done, I can't take the CX off the road because I need a bike to ride. I can't not ride. Okay, I think that's it for the bikes. So yeah, I am actually, it's Saturday, and I am actually doing some work this weekend on customers' cars because I've got to get this one here out. The XR just needs a little bit of buffing and a detail, and it's gone. So if I put my mind to it, I can probably get that done this weekend and have it gone next weekend, because I need the shed space really, really bad. I need the shed space because, well, I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you why I need this shed. Well, I'll tell you right now. Because I really need the shed space, because it's really hard to work on the 240Z while it's crammed up in the corner like it is. But yeah, so the 1200 coupe, I really got to get some work done on that over the next couple of weeks and get that to a stage where it's ready to paint as well. It's getting there. It's not far off. Most of the, well, I've only got one more little bit of welding to do, and that's in this corner here. There's a bit of a rust hole, and got to weld up those holes down in the corner for they're only for the rotisserie, so they've got to be welded up, and then bumper bar bracket holes have got to be welded, drilled in their place in the correct spot, which involves fitting the bumper bar up and lining it all up correctly. So yeah, got a bit of work to do on the back, bit of body filler work. It's getting there, so we'll be into that as hard as possible. What's next? Oh, the 620 has been on the market. I've been trying to sell that. Only want 2.5 for it. It is a bit rough around the edges, so keep in mind that. And you know, it's got rust here and there, and that still needs fixing. But I wanted to sell that to recoup my what it cost to buy the VF750 here. Doesn't matter if it doesn't sell, but it'd be handy if it did, because I have too many projects. But if it doesn't sell, I'm still going to do it up. It's going to be like a show car, full on. Gonna go down the other shed. Give me a minute, I've got to open it up. Let's talk about the 180B here for a minute. So I've got it running under its own steam now. It's driving, but it's still not stopping. I put brand new wheel cylinders in the back. Fronts are fine, they're not leaking, but I'm trying to bleed the brakes up and they just won't bleed. And I'm thinking the master cylinder's stuffed because it just won't build pressure. So got to order a new master cylinder. But yeah, it's getting there. And the other thing is the fuel tank is completely buggered, stuffed. It's got so much crud and rust on the inside. I can't unblock the outlet that feeds the carby. It just won't unblock no matter what I do. So I've got two options. This fuel tank here actually fits in its spot and it's never been used. It's a brand new fuel tank and it's for a diesel spray booth of all things. What I was going to do is I was going to fill this thing with water and cut that section out and weld it into the top of this, and same with the sender unit, and then put brackets on it and put it in. Or I've noticed Grand Auto Wreckers are wrecking a 180B at the moment, so I was going to ring them up and see how much they want for the fuel tank out of it. Might be the easier option, we'll see. I've still got to go get it and that's like an hour and a half away from me. Next, talk about my 240Z. We're getting to the Corolla in a minute. So the 240Z, I have put springs back in it. I cut half a coil out of them, or a full coil I should say, but it's sitting up like a four-wheel drive. But I've still got to put all the diff and the fuel tank and the seats and everything else in. I have put the motor in. As you can see, it's looking quite pretty. I like it. But as I said, it's just so hard to work on with it stuffed back in the corner like this. I've really got to pull my finger out and get rid of some customers' cars and have less here. So I'm waiting on this customer here for go ahead to start work on this again. This isn't a big job, but yeah, it needs to be done soon. Yeah, I just can't stop looking at it. It's so good. But coming back to my issue with being able to pay this house off by myself before the 30 years. Hang on, let me go out in the light again. The 240Z, once it's finished, I'm going to enjoy it for a year or so, and then probably sell it, because I've got to do something to get this place paid for. I really don't want to. I really would rather keep it, but I don't want to be slaving my ass off until I'm 81 years old. So, you know, if I can get decent coin for my 240Z, then I'll sell it. It's because it's going to a better cause. But yeah, anyway, the RT, it's not an RT40, but I've forgotten what he said it is now. It's RT45 or RT42 or something like that. It's different because it's a wagon, hatchback wagon, four-door hatchback basically. What I've done on this, I can't remember where I was. I stripped all the paint off. I finished the roof, stripped all the paint off, found some extra rust under here. You can't see it at the moment. I'd have to push it out, so I might B-roll it. Yeah, I found some extra rust along the beaver panel, and a little bit more in sections like around the tail lights, and so yeah. And then we decided we'd take all the paint off and work out what other rust's there before we go too far. So that's what we did. And then I fixed the guards both sides. I might put some B-roll in for that as well, because I did actually take some video and ready for like the updates that I usually do. But yeah, then life got the better of me and I lost focus. So, but you can see here what I've cut out. Not sure what side that is. Yeah, that's the correct side. But yeah, that's rust that I've cut out. I've done both sides like that. I've done this door. You can see the whole bottom needed to be replaced. So that's what I did. I separated the door from the door skin, just like I've done with the other one here, and I've done the corners on both sides of this door skin. And I fixed up some rust in this corner of the actual door shell. Still got a little bit more on this side here, but this one's nearly ready to be put back together as well. Rear door was only a small corner there, so that's done. And the other rear door is no rust in it, so nearly all the doors are done. Then I've got the seal panels to go. Both side seal panels need doing, but I've got to go get some metal first because I'm out of metal, so that's first thing Monday morning. Battery, just where the battery sits, it's rusted out inside there, so that's a fix. So yeah, on Monday morning I'll be straight down to Mount Barker to get some metal, and we'll be straight back into it again. What else? What else? The old Morris truck. I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. But yeah, because the motor's so seized and I think it's stuffed, I'm not sure whether I'm going to hot rod it or try and find another original motor. We'll see on that one. We'll see. That'll be a little bit difficult to find a motor, I think, but yeah. 280ZX. Back behind all that rubbish. I just want to pull the motor out of that because I think I know what I want to do with it now. The actual motor. I've got a 5-speed gearbox there to go behind it as well. But I want to create like a hot rod speedster, and I want to build it from scratch. So yeah, the running gear out of this might be going towards that. Might use the diff and everything. So yeah, see what happens. So many projects, so little time. Hence why I might have to sell the 280ZX to get myself into a better position where I've got more time and I don't have to work my ass off so much. I think that's about it, guys. That'll do for the update. So I will try. I've got to get into my music a bit more too, so I can create some decent music to put in behind my videos when I make them. So yeah, into the music room. I do have a music channel, so I might have some content for that coming up as well. Yes, and I know I've said it a million times, I've got to clean my shed right up. I've got to sort out some wall hangers and stuff like that, because I clean it up and it just ends up a shambles again. Just ends up, I don't know, I'm fighting a losing battle, but it is hard when you don't have the space, but all the time. You know, that's the other thing is this isn't a small property, and it is quite a lot of work when it's only me here trying to maintain it. So anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to sign off here. So if you'd like to like and subscribe, leave a comment, all that sort of shit. I'll try and bring you some half decent content coming up in the near future. So yeah, catch you later, guys.